In today's lesson, we'll be learning about the distributive property. I'm going to be using an analogy to describe the distributive property. You'll see a grocery bag. In this grocery bag, we have one apple and two oranges. Now we have two grocery bags of the same items. How many apples and how many oranges do we have now? If you had predicted us to have two apples and four oranges now, you would have been correct. You may have determined this by doubling the amount of groceries. And in math, doubling means multiplying by 2. In short, you multiplied everything inside the grocery bag by 2. In our first example, I want you to think of everything inside our brackets as items within our grocery bag. The 2 outside our brackets means that we'll be multiplying everything inside our brackets by this number 2. I'm going to start by multiplying these two terms. When multiplying terms, you'll be using the product rule. First, we need to take a look at coefficients. We have the number positive 2 and positive 4. We need to multiply coefficients. So, 2 multiplied by 4 gives you 8. Next, we need to look at bases. You'll notice that this term does not have a base, while this term does have a base of x. Bases stay the same, so that variable of x is going to stay the same. And last, we need to take a look at exponents. There is no exponent on this term since there is no base, but there is an exponent here. There is actually a hidden exponent of 1, and we need to add exponents. Since there is nothing for this exponent to add to, it really just stays the same as a 1, and we don't need to write in that hidden 1. Now we're going to multiply these two terms. We don't really need to use the product rule here, as you just have positive 2 multiplied by negative 3, and that is equal to negative 6. So to recap, 2 multiplied by 4x gives you 8x, and 2 multiplied by negative 3 gives you negative 6. So after using the distributive property, our final expression is 8x minus 6. In our second example, again, I want you to think of everything inside the brackets as items within our grocery bag. The term in front of our brackets is 2x to the power of 3. That means everything inside the brackets is going to get multiplied by that term. I'm going to start by multiplying these two terms first. When multiplying terms, you'll be using the product rule. First, take a look at the coefficients. The coefficient of this term is positive 2. The coefficient of this term is positive 3. We want to multiply coefficients. Therefore, 2 multiplied by 3 gives you 6. Next, take a look at the bases. This term has a base of x. This term has a base of x as well. Bases stay the same, so that variable of x is going to stay the same. Last, take a look at the exponents. This term has an exponent of 3, and this term has an exponent of 2. We want to add exponents. Therefore, 3 plus 2 gives you 5. Since that's done, we can now multiply these two terms. Next, we'll want to take a look at the coefficients. This term has a coefficient of positive 2, and this term has a coefficient of positive 1. We want to multiply coefficients. Therefore, positive 2 multiplied by positive 1 gives you positive 2, and you should add in a positive sign or plus sign over there. Next, take a look at the bases. This term has a base of x, while this term has no base. But bases stay the same, so that base of x is going to stay the same. Last, take a look at the exponents. This term has an exponent of 3, while this term has no exponent since there is no base. we want to add exponents. However, since there is nothing for this exponent to add to, that 3 is going to stay the same. Therefore, 2x to the power of 3 multiplied by 3x to the power of 2 gives you 6x to the power of 5, while 2x to the power of 3 multiplied by positive 1 gives you positive 2x to the power of 3. After using the distributive property, our final expression is 6x to the power of 5 plus 2x to the power of 3.